Anxiety is that feeling of tension, that uneasiness that something bad is about to happen. It is a kind of fear that we've all felt at different points in time. I am Dr. Warrier. I'm a neurologist, and today we are going to talk about 5 things that you need to know about anxiety. Number 1, anxiety is normal. Anxiety disorder is a mental health problem. What is the difference? Anxiety is a normal reaction that your body has to a perceived threat in the environment. Basically, your brain is wired to detect any danger that can happen to you, and whenever it spots anything threatening, it releases an alarm signal. There is a primitive part of the brain called as the limbic system, which has the responsibility for your survival. And anytime it detects a threat, it activates the fear network. And anxiety is one of the things that you feel when your fear network is activated. This feeling is not only a normal response to stress, but important for your survival. If somebody feels no anxiety, they may not even know if something is threatening them or not. But what is abnormal anxiety? This is anxiety disorder, and there are a few characteristics of this. One, that the anxiety is disproportionate to the stress or the trigger. It can go on and on even after the trigger has been removed, and most importantly, it interferes with your daily functioning. That means that the anxiety now comes in the way of you doing your job, having a relationship, talking to your friends, talking to your family, or maintaining your physical health. That is when you know that your anxiety has become a problem and you should seek help. The second point you need to know is that anxiety is subjective. Not everybody feels anxiety in the same way, and not everyone's anxiety gets triggered by the same things. Each one of us have different life experiences, and the way that my life experiences has taught my brain networks how to deal with a situation is unique to me. So what triggers me and makes me anxious would be very different from what would trigger you. One example we can use is if you face a wild animal in the jungle like a tiger. Somebody who's never been in that situation before might feel anxious or even panic, but a forest ranger or somebody who's been trained to handle tigers would react very differently. And that same principle also applies to all other life situations. Your anxiety is unique, and so will be your solution. Point number 3 is anxiety is situational. You may find some things triggering your anxiety in certain situations, but in other situations it may not. This is because your brain handles triggers in context to the environment, and so different environments can have a different effect on how your brain handles a particular situation. Point number 4 is anxiety is part of a spectrum. Your brain, specifically an area called amygdala in the limbic system, is constantly scanning the environment for threat, and whenever it spots one, it activates the fear network. Now we think of fear as an emotion, but it is actually a spectrum of defense mechanisms that we have against the world. Now, on the spectrum of fear lies anxiety, but it can also grow into a full-fledged panic attack. Anxiety can also overlap with other mental health problems like depression or obsessive compulsive disorders. And finally, point number 5, anxiety is solvable. The first 4 points would have given you an idea of why anxiety exists and how it has come about. All the symptoms that we associate with anxiety, like inability to focus, feeling like your heart is racing, or that sense of impending doom, but those same points should also tell you that anxiety need not be a fixed response. Because it is subjective and situational, it means that with the right therapy, counseling, and treatment, it is possible to change our body's reaction to perceived threat. If you are experiencing anxiety or symptoms that you feel is interfering with your daily functioning, reach out to a counselor, speak to them. I'll put links in the description of some organizations that you can reach out to, and I hope that helps. If you found this video useful, hit the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you soon. Take care everyone. Bye.